Say hello to the brand new Pixel 10 Pro Fold. Yes, live and in the flesh. It's finally here. Hopefully your pre-orders show up. It'll be on store shelves tomorrow on the 9th. And I've really been enjoying using it. And I would love to be able to say that it's like a complete full review. But I've only had it for like 6 days. So I've been putting it through its paces. I've been using it every day. I've even got the little stickers here so on the case because I've been taking it on and off because I had to shoot some B-roll and things like that. And I didn't want the glue to stick. But overall, well, I'm going to say this right now. It's going to make people happy because it still has a SIM card slot. So that's better than the other Pixel 10 phones that are eSIM only. There are some nice, thoughtful upgrades here. Of course, we do have a new hinge on here now. It is better. It's more durable. Supposed to last longer. And we do have IP68. So we have the first foldable phone that has an IP68 dust and water resistance rating. So you can throw in the water up to 1.5 meters for half an hour. And theoretically, it should be okay. So also has the Tensor 5. So improved chip, same modem as last year, and a little bit thinner profile. It's supposed to be overall more power efficient, more better at AI stuff, better TPU, better tensor processing unit, which is what that is. And it's got a clock increase too, because just like the Pixel 10 phones, it's rocking about a 3.8 gigahertz overall clock speed with plenty of other cores too to handle all your daily tasks and stuff. The performance on here is nice, and we've got the new improved display as well that goes up to 3000 nits brightness. So it was like 2700 last year. Now we're at 3000, and it also has the Qi 2 wireless charging, so you can put the little Pixel Snap accessories on the back, or other Qi 2 wireless charging accessories as well. You don't have to have a case as the magnet's built in, so that's really nice. New 48 megapixel camera, and overall, I mean, it's just some nice, thoughtful little iterations over last year. A little bit better battery life, just because the Tensor 5 is slightly more power efficient than the Tensor 4, but also a slight bump in the battery life as well, pushing us just over 5,000 milliamp, about a 450 milliamp increase there. But that's going to get you a little bit extra battery life. And I think it's a beautiful phone. I really, really love the design on it. I like it. It's grown on me a little bit better. I had a hard time adjusting from the original Pixel Fold to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold last year. And, I had some other thoughts and considerations because I didn't like they were calling it a Pro phone because it didn't have Pro level cameras in it. And I still kind of have that sentiment. But the nice thing is the cameras are very good. Primary camera feels nice and sharp and crispy. Portrait shots are good. You've got the ultra wide, the telephoto, the 10 times telephoto. I just dropped the phone on the floor. I picked that back up. I'm trying to take this case off while I'm talking, y'all. It's just, that's why I haven't put the stickers on yet. It's being a pain in my rear end. I'm using the thin-born case, which you might be thinking, oh, he's making these videos where it's sponsored or something like that. It's not. I just like the case. I know the guy. He sent me some cases out, and I've been enjoying using them because they're very thin, and I like aramid carbon fiber cases. I'm also cheap, and I don't want to buy cases, but they are very good. I do like them quite a bit. I've been using this thin-born case on my S25 Edge. I'm currently using it on my iPhone Air. I'm using it on couple other phones as well. Anyway, I do like it. So we've got, like I said, the better, more improved display, still 8 inches, which is a big screen. I mean, this is a really big screen. I don't think the bezels are too terribly bad. Some people harp on them, some people don't. Really not a big talking point of mine, but it's very enjoyable, and Android 16 is smooth and it is crispy. It does feel better than last year. Like, I haven't used the Pixel 9 Pro Fold in a long time. Not since early on after it had come out. So I was excited to get my hands on this one because I've used a lot of their foldables this year, like the Honor Magic V5, which is very good. Also the Z Fold 7, which is kind of my fan favorite. So if you're here and you're watching this video and you've been here at my channel before, I really like Pixel stuff. I like the Pixel phones. I like the stuff that Google is doing. So this phone, it feels very complete. Like, it feels like a complete, solid, competitive, foldable phone with a really, really nice experience, especially with the Material 3 Expressive, Android 16. Like, it just feels nice whenever you use it. And the size, I think, is fine. I can hold on to it one-handed. I don't even have the biggest hands in the world. The screen brightness is nice. Multitasking is smooth and fluent and easy to use. And then Gemini is fantastic. I love Gemini. It's funny because my wife really doesn't pay too much attention to it. She's an iPhone junkie, and I was talking like we had a problem with the plumbing in my kitchen 2 days ago, and my son is using my Pixel 10 right now. He was using the Pixel 9. Now he's using the Pixel 10 Pro, and the sink got clogged up. He put entirely too much spaghetti down there, entirely too much. And just little G was information. I like half of my family likes regular spaghetti. The other one's like angel hair pasta, like really thin spaghetti. So we have to make two different batches of spaghetti when we eat. So he put too many noodles down there, clogged up the drain, and but the problem was it wasn't the primary drain because the primary sink with the garbage disposal feeds into the same waste outlet pipe from the secondary sink. So what he did was he asked Gemini, he said, "Hey, my kitchen sink is stopped up. Both sides are stopped up. It's backing up on both. What do I need to do?" And it's like, well, it's probably because of the other sink has the drainage pipe. You need to disconnect the U joint underneath, clean it out, and that should fix the problem. And that's what we did, and it fixed the problem. So Gemini is very, very useful. And my wife just learned this. She's like, wow, that's amazing because Siri is so stupid. I'm like, yeah, Siri is so stupid. So Gemini is very useful. You've got all the great stuff with the cameras, all the great stuff with the AI, the circle to search. You've got the magic eraser. You've got the magic editor, like all the different things, right? You've got all the AI stuff. The call screening is still the best. It's better than ever. And then we've got like the emergency SOS and the fall detection. Like there's all sorts of great things. Well, fall detection with the watch. Like I'm using the watch. I can finally talk about this now, and I really really like the Pixel Watch 4, which I'll have a video on that too. All the stuff coming out today: the Pixel 9, Pixel 10 Pro Fold, the Pixel Watch 4, and the Buds 2A. And I've really been enjoying the Buds 2A. Like the original Buds A, like the A series, they were fine, and they kind of hung around for a couple of years. The 2A take it to the next level. Like the Pixel Buds 2A, the sound experience is good. The transparency mode, noise cancellation, like they're very, very good. Like way better than I would have expected. So I've been enjoying those. And I think that some other changes with the design, like the edges feels a little more rounded on here. It feels a little bit more refined. Like it just feels like this a little bit softer, more rounded around the edges. I do like that. It doesn't have as harsh of that little punch out corner right here next to the screen, which I'm still not a big fan of, but it just really makes it look very square and pointy there on the edge for, I don't know, just the way they designed it. Still, like I said, most of the same cameras, but the new primary camera and the extended zoom now, yeah, that's something you're probably going to enjoy. And the battery life on here, so the adaptive battery just kicked in. I mean, it's an all-day phone, but it's one of those ones where you're probably going to be looking for a charger before you get ready to go to bed, maybe in the evening if you're using it on heavy usage. The Tensor 5 isn't as big of an improvement on battery life as we would have hoped that we got over the Tensor 4. It's the same modem. The modem to me is fine. I've had no issues with it. And actually, I made a clip or a TikTok video a couple of weeks ago because some people were saying the modem was no good. I'm like, it's not the modem. The modem's fine. It's probably your service. And I had a T-Mobile SIM activated in one and a Verizon one. And I was in the exact same spot. And I had no service with Verizon. I had like one bar. It wouldn't do anything. And in the same place, T-Mobile, I had 5 bars. It was perfectly fine. So it may not necessarily be your modem. It could very well be your service. So that's something to look into as well. So I think the modem is fine. There is rumor that they might be fielding maybe a new MediaTek modem for the next Tensor chip, whatever. I don't really want to talk about that too much because we're going to live in the here and now, which is this, the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. So I think the cameras are good, especially for a foldable phone. And we kind of, it's bad we have to have different standards because I feel like, you know, $17.99, we should have top of the line cameras. But the problem is when you make phones that are this thin, you kind of run out of space. You need to be able to plug in, like you need depth, right? So we don't want giant camera modules that stick out half an inch behind the phone. So they put smaller sensors in them typically. And that's what we get with this. So I think the Pixel 10 Pro Fold camera is very good, especially Google's AI, the Tensor chip, you know, the new custom image signal processor that they have and all that jazz. I think that it's doing a good job. I think it's a very good camera setup that we've got here, even though it's not as good as what you get with the Pixel 10 Pro or the Pixel 10 Pro XL. It's just a trade-off you have to make because of the thinness of the phone. Still a little bit heavier. I do like that the Z Fold 7 is significantly lighter this year, but this one is nice. 8-inch screen, 6.4-inch screen on the front, 3000 nits brightness, so it's brighter, better battery life, slight improvement in the cameras, new image signal processor, Android 16, and more app support, more stuff for supporting these different form factors and stuff. So I think that Google's done a really good job optimizing the operating system itself and the user interface, especially taking advantage of like multitasking different windows and just the way the apps fill and flow onto the screen. Like it's nice. I mean, this is just Twitter using here. I'm sorry, X. I will forever call it Twitter. But overall, it's been a really enjoyable experience. I wish I had it longer. It's just I mean, this is not really a ding to Google. Just by the time they sent it out, I've had the phone for barely about a week, so I don't really feel too comfortable saying full review. But I don't know. Maybe I won't use that in the terminology. I'll just call it review. I mean, this is a very thorough review. I've been using this thing day in and day out, all day long, all day, like for a week now. Normally, I like to have it about 2 weeks, but this is just kind of how the cookie crumbles with the timing. I don't know what extra too much I'll have to gain from like an extra week, but yeah, I've been using it extensively. I like it. I love the moonstone color. We've got moonstone. We've got jade, so no more porcelain, no more ceramic. We don't have those so I had porcelain and what was the other color? Drawing a blank. The black one we had before. I just cannot. Obsidian. Yeah, no porcelain or obsidian, but it still has the Gorilla Glass Victus 2. I really kind of would like to see a bump up in that. I would like to see the move to Gorilla Glass Ceramic, because Gorilla Glass Ceramic is so much better than Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and I've had such a good experience with it. And then, of course, it doesn't have like the anti-reflective screen like the Samsung and things like that, but I think it's a very polished product. I think it's very refined. I think it works well, and it's very complementary, working with all the things like the Pixel Watch, the Pixel Buds, Android Solid, 7 years of updates. So you got 7 years of support for security patches and for software updates. So yeah, we're going to be around for a while. Android 16, we're going to, what, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Like, you're going to be good to go basically until Android 23. And this is the best one yet. I mean, I had my reservations. I really had a hard time digging in with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold because I love the original Pixel Fold so much. But with the Tensor 5, so far removed from the original Tensor 2 and some of the shortcomings and shortfalls that the original Pixel Fold had, I think this one holds up well. And if you're a Pixel fan, I think you're going to be very happy with it. Also, like I said, the Pixel Snap accessory, that's going to be great. Better, a little bit better brightness, a little bit better battery life. Just a little bit of like tweaks and refinements here and there that make it a more polished and refined product. But yeah, that's kind of my review here on the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. I like it a lot. I've been enjoying using it. And yeah, stay tuned for more content. So if you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all that stuff, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.